I thought I was recording, but apparently I wasn't. Or streaming, I should say. Uh, oh dear, so now I'm even later than I thought I was. Okay, let me just try to summarize. I didn't do anything yet. Well, I did do something. I clicked on this and discovered this, but I haven't interacted with it yet. And I was trying to figure out, the only thing that's coming to mind is, like, I know The Old Man and the Sea was like a play or something, but all my mind can go to is Oscar Wilde, the fisherman and his soul. I'm like, no, that's a completely different story, brain. And I was just trying to figure that out. Anyway, all right, let's summarize. So I have sold, between yesterday and today, I went through and I sold stuff. Quite a lot of my gear. I kept things that were part of costumes or things that seemed like they might possibly be of use. I don't know. Just a few different things that seemed like I might want to keep them. Didn't I sell off you? No, wait. No. I need to keep you. Okay. I actually still, I think there's a couple set pieces I'm missing. I must have sold in the past, too. Anyway, consumables, though, was a lot more hit and miss. I sold anything that wasn't at least decent. I was thinking about selling all the decent stuff, too, but I decided not to hold it for now. I kept anything that I think I can cook with, even the crappy ones, like fruit, or down here, some of the base ingredients, like rum and vodka and gin and stuff. And I played around and found a couple recipes. I need to get more spices. I used up all my spices. As it turns out, yeah, I don't know how to make an insanely spicy, but the spicy ones, all I had to do was just pour spices on a burrito. I think there's a couple other things in here somewhere that I made. Somewhere. And there are things I just don't know, like the hot wings. Could I do something with that? I don't know. So, that's that. Let's check out this Old Man and the Sea. I wish I was familiar with the Old Man and the Sea, but I can't. I don't think I think I've only heard the name kicked around. I don't think I've ever read it or seen it. It's a play, right? Is it an Oscar Wilde or is it someone else? I don't know. Hello there, young adventurer. Back when I was your age, I used to be quite a fisherman. These days, well, what with my arthritis and my gout and this old war injury, well, I don't get there so much anymore. Hey, how's it going? Maybe you can help me. I lost my favorite boot, you see. Dropped it right off the aftercore stuff. Oh. Aftercore? I don't know what you mean. You mean it's an expansion pack? Time was, I just fished until I dredged it back up. And boy, let me tell you, was a hoot, but not anymore. That dang marlin sapped the last of my strength. Think you could go down and get it for me? I'd be obliged, yes sirree. Oh, and hey, if you want to take your little buddy with you, this'll help. Little bitty bathysphere. -20 to familiar weight. Let your familiar breathe underwater. This antique contraption allows you to take an air-breathing familiars underwater with you. If you need something to help you breathe underwater, I got this old scuba tank I'd be willing to part with. Let's call it 10,000 meat. On second thought, let's call it a scuba tank and say it costs 10,000 meat. Well, I can't afford it just now anyway. I've been curious about this shack all game. Oh. The briny depths. They date 2 adventures apiece. I've never seen that before. But yeah, I'll have to be able to buy scuba gear. Oh, we'll do it, just not at this particular second. But I got my eye on the sea. Alright, let's see. So what do you want to do first? I could go into Degrassi Knoll. I could go to the Orc Chasm. There's a lot of piles of garbage to explore. There's the Black Forest with the Black Market. And then there's getting rid of the evil in the crypt. You know what? Actually, I kind of want to go to the cemetery. I think I should probably sort out the sorcerer thing because, I mean, it's a sorcerer. I'm a sorcerer. It's a sorcerer. I should do this. So let's go ahead. I want to clean up this mess. Alright. Is that it? Just a crypt? Nothing else? Nothing? Nothing. Nothing at all. Okay, is there anything outside? No, because sometimes that happens with dark mode. Okay. Defiled cranny, defiled alcove, defiled niche, and defiled nook. Well, everything's been defiled, I see. Necromancer? Huh? What? No, you can't see? I just checked. There's nothing out here. See? Right? The interactables are here, 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 and here. I can't even interact with this. Interestingly, I can interact with the... Oh, that's the exit. That's why. Pfft. Is that so? Oh, you're right. Ah, you're right. I see them now. Well, we come back in the morning when it's the bright lights. Okay. One sec. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead. No, not that. I'm going to do this. And I'm gonna go ahead and... I do like being a pirate, but... let's go with this set. Why not? Alright, I need to get rid of this stuffed shoulder parrot, though, and put on something serious. 5% item drop does seem good. I do like the extreme set. Ah, there we go. 10% more item drop rate. That's what we want. Alright, let's do this thing. Unquiet graves and read some old tombstones. Is it going to make a reference to Tombstone? No, wait, that'll probably be in west of Loathing, wouldn't it? Let's go to the unquiet graves. You're fighting a grave robber. Oh. From the darkest dungeon? He's a grave robber. Steals things from graves. Well, mostly from the people in the graves. Grave robbing shovel. Is that part of a set? Is there a grave robber set? It's a Zobme. Superficially resembles a Moby, but is different in subtle ways, revealed only to the discerning eye, two of which you don't possess. A roiling cloud of ketchup will teach them. Scary skeleton. I mean, it's a normal skeleton, but scary that it's walking towards you, clenching its bony fists. Even if it moves even if it moves in cheap stop motion, it's still menacing. Should I be reading all the ads aloud, by the way? I've been skipping most of them. You turn down a cemetery path you haven't tried yet. It seems to me that kids, even college kids, those would be the kind who'd be hanging around a graveyard, drinking. Seemed like the appropriate costume to fit in, right? Or are my ideas of schooling different from other people's? They still teach necromancy 101 in schools, right? That's still normal, yes? No? You turn down a cemetery path you haven't tried yet, and at the end, you find a small stone tomb with a bubbling saucepan engraved on the door. This must be the place. You mark the location on your map in case you need to find it again later. The iron gate swings open easily, without even a creak, and the stone door behind it slides on well-oiled hinges. It looks like your guildmates take pretty good care of this place, but it seems a bit strange that it's so easy to get in. Although your class leader said something about tests, so maybe sending people out here is a regular initiation thing. If so, it sure beats having to swim across a lake with a candle on your butt, at least so far. That doesn't sound possible. I don't think anyone can do that. I don't believe that one. I don't believe you. The tomb is pretty small inside, with just enough space for a stone coffer and room to walk around in. The coffer is engraved with scenes of ancient sorcerers drawing power from the source and various sauce elementals that live there. There doesn't seem to be a name engraved anywhere in the coffer, though I guess if there were, it would be the tomb of the known sorcerer. But you do find a bronze plaque at the far end with some writing on it. It appears to be some kind of weird riddle. Sauce is red, white, and brown. By neophyte or chef renown. Have one ingredient in common. Some use tomatoes, some use almond, egg white, cream, and leaf of bay. Pork fat, basil, chardonnay. But in each and every recipe, what will a sorcerer always see? Power. You say what you're pretty sure is the correct answer, and the response is a loud grinding noise. The lid of the stone coffer slowly moves aside, revealing a hidden staircase leading down underground. Looks like you were right. You pump your fist, or do a touchdown shuffle, or whatever your preferred gesture celebrating success happens to be. And then you carefully climb down the stairs. The stairs proceed down for about 20 or 30 feet, bringing you to a short stone tunnel leading to a small room containing a stone coffer. Although this time the coffer's set up against a wall, so there's a bit more room to move around here. Also in this room there's a ghost. As you enter, she casually hops down from where she was sitting on top of the coffer and gives you a wave. "Hello," she says in a whispery, ghostly, but also friendly voice. "Excuse me for not shaking hands, but since I'm non-corporeal, I find the attempt just makes things awkward and dumb." No problem. You must be the ghost of the unknown sorcerer. In the total lack of flesh. And since you solved the riddle, I hereby designate you an official and fully fledged sorcerer with all the rights and privileges thereof. Yada yada, congratulations. Great. Does that mean I can have an epic weapon? Well, no. That's a whole other can of worms. How do you even know about that? The head sorcerer back in the guild sent me here to get it. Apparently I need to reforge a legendary epic weapon to defeat a nemesis I don't know and reclaim some stolen artifact or something. I've not actually been given much in the details. The ghost taps her chin thoughtfully. Well, that's a real turn-up for the books. Okay, I can let you have the epic weapon, but there's a second test you must pass first. What's that? Her knuckles make distant ghostly popping sounds as she cracks them. You have to fight me, and I can't go easy on you, so you'd better bring your A-game. The ghost of the unknown sorcerer pulls back her sleeves and shows her hands to be empty, the traditional opening gesture of a magical duel. Don't get cocky thinking I won't be up on the modern tricks just because I've been dead for however many years. I know all about you kids. I don't know that one. They like to use words that are not spelled how they're pronounced, okay? Chardonnay? No. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead. What should I hit you with first? Marinara. That's not enough. It's fine, though. Poof. And she's down. Poof! Okay. Okay, you win. I give. Whew, you've got the stuff, all right. If I still had, like, muscles, I bet it would have been a different story. But you won fair and square. The epic weapon's yours. Where is it? In the coffer? No, that's just my bones and stuff. And before you get any funny adventure ideas, they're mine and you can't have them. Okay, so where is it? There's a tunnel behind the wall. Push the brick here. Push the brick and a section of the wall grinds open, revealing a tunnel leading to a small room. The room is dimly lit, with a few flickering candles illuminating engraved scenes of a sorcerer holding up a glowing saucepan and raining fiery destruction upon their enemies. At the center of the room is a carved stone plinth, and on the plinth is an ancient saucepan. Without even touching it, you can see it's an extremely powerful artifact. The 5-alarm saucepan. Pretty cool, huh? It's incredible. Most of what you're sensing is potential, but yeah. Okay, I've got a poker game to get to. Good luck with the quest thing, okay? Thanks. The two of you wave, and she floats through the wall and disappears. Ah, okay. It's a hot sauce. Sriracha. Oh, okay. Okay. A combination of reverence and caution makes you hold your breath and put your hands behind your back as you lean forward and minutely examine the ancient saucepan. It's not just awe of being presented with such a powerful and important artifact that makes you wary of disturbing it. It's the fact that you've only been through 2 trials to get here. If there's one thing you know as an adventurer, it's that there's always 3 trials. Picking up one of the candles and crouching down to view the plinth at eye level, you carefully blow away some of the dust. And there's what you're looking for, an almost invisible hairline crack running around the circumference of the plinth's surface, about an inch from the edge. It must be a pressure plate. If you pick up the 5-alarm saucepan, the difference in weight would trigger some sort of horrible trap, just like in a movie. You need something to swap the saucepan, something almost exactly the same weight. A regular saucepan might do the trick, you estimate. Consider improvising with a bag of sand or something. There's basically no way that could ever work. Need saucepan. No, back up. And to walk all the way back to town. You there. No. Ah, no. You. You've returned. But I do not sense the presence of the epic weapon. A ghost authorized me to take it, but whoever stashed it there installed a trap. There's always something, isn't there? It's one of those traps you have to replace the item with something of equal size and weight. Correct? Right, how'd you know? Experience. One moment. Goes and has a quick discussion with Gouda, who roots around under his container and finds a dusty old saucepan. This should be sufficient. So, has each sorcerer gone in, replaced the saucepan of epicness with a regular one, and then the next one comes in and goes, ooh, it's on a pedestal, it must be important, and swaps that with another one, and so on and so forth? Is this sorcerer hazing? Look at your pack and pull out a saucepan. Your eyes flick back and forth between the 5-alarm saucepan, trying to judge their relative weights. Close enough, you wager. Holding your breath again, you hold the saucepan next to the ancient artifact just above the surface of the plinth. You carefully grasp the 5... Yeah, just swap. Without even waiting to see what happens, you sprinted down the hall and up the stairs. Of course you do. And the 5-alarm saucepan clutched tightly but in both hands. About a tenth of a second after you dive out the door of the tube, there's a massive kerthoom, and a thick cloud of dust billows out the door behind you. Whew, talk about close. But you successfully recovered the 5-alarm saucepan. And that's certainly something. Better take it back to your guild. Maybe they'll actually tell you what's going on with the whole Nemesis deal. Mysticality +7, bonus for sorcerers only. This is a saucepan filled with the spiciest sauce imaginable. The merest whiff of the fumes from this pan is enough to bring even the most ferocious opponent to his or her or its knees. Well, that's nice, but I have to finish exploring this place. Let's see what else. Oh, hey, look, ghouls that are also dyslexic. It's a ghoul. Ghouls eat dead people. They're highly unpopular at fondue parties, kissing booths, potlucks, and just about anywhere else. Right. So we're just going to explore the unquiet graves just a little bit. Ooh, a smart skeleton. Oh! It's a lich. A lich is an abomination that results from a powerful magician binds his life force to his body in a desperate attempt to become immortal. This one waited a little long, since his body was just a skull by the time he got around to binding it. Ah, you found it. A big gray tombstone reading, "Here lies Farnsworthy." Let's hope he stays here. Now to just dig up the body and get it out of here. Wait, what? Why? Was that a quest? I don't remember this one. You glance around to make sure nobody's watching, then get out your grave-robbing shovel, which I did find a grave-robbing shovel, and start digging. After a while, there's a thunk as your shovel hits wood. You clear away the last of the dirt, open the coffin lid. Naturally, it makes a creepy squeak noise. Inside, you find pretty much what you're expecting. A grinning, rotting skeleton in old-fashioned wizard's robes, and a large iron key and silver chain around his neck. Holding your breath, you carefully pick up the key, wincing when the skeleton's head falls off. You notice a little piece of paper clutched in the skeleton's hand. You hork that as well. Then your adventurer's instincts kick in. You start poking around the body for hidden pockets and gold fillings. You find nothing else of interest, so you close the coffin and fill the hole. As you're leaving, you notice a smell of smoke wafting towards you from the west. Isn't that the old man in the sea? No, I haven't done any meat cars yet. Nope. This is a large iron key on a silver chain, brazenly stolen from a wizard's grave. If that's not bad luck, then I don't know what is. Well, maybe a combination of black cat breeding farm and mirror recycling factory. An old, crumpled, yellowing piece of paper found in Farnsworthy's grave. Well, I can't pass that up. Let's find it and read it. What, that's not a recent item? Oh, there it is down there. Okay, never mind. Here it is. Dear hooligans, I knew you little bastards wouldn't be able to resist digging up my corpse after I've died, so I prepared a little surprise for you. Well, assuming you'd be surprised by demons pouring through a gate from Hades and ripping out your stinking innards. Most people would be. Once I sent demons after this little whippersnapper who kept going up to my front window and making faces at me. He had to carry his face around in a paper bag after that. Johnny Bagface, they used to call him. I hear tell he got a job in a chartered agency after school. You can make good money doing that if you've got a head for figures. Anyway, glad to hear you're enjoying your vacation in the distant lands. Bring me a mango when you come back. Maybe we'll go dancing and I'll show you how I won the trophy for my Lindy Shuffle back in '36. Love, Fernie. Coffee, bread, cigarettes, pudding, liniment. Stable, rational individual, that? No. The only thing west is over here. No demons here. I don't see any smoke to the west. Well, we'll just explore this a little more. Loose teeth. Another grave robber. What other strange things might we find in the unquiet graves? It's for a tower that you have unlocked already? Huh? A tower that I unlocked? There's no tower to the west either. I'm not seeming to find anything else. Tower, tower, tower. There's no tower to the west. The only thing out here is the old man in the sea. I've almost got 10,000 meat now. To the east, we've got the naughty sorceress's tower, but I can't interact with that still. I don't know. I'll give the unquiet graves another 10 spins, and we'll see if anything else jumps out. Smart skulls, loose teeth, and cranberries. I didn't know Ocean Spray was run by the undead. Alright. What am I supposed to do in my guild? Ah, well done. I don't want to continue this quest. I want to explore the tomb the rest of the way. His eyes lighting up as you show him the epic weapon. Once our enemies get a taste of the 5-alarm sauce, they'll know we're not to be trifled with. There's just one missing ingredient from this recipe to make it truly fearsome. You mean about the part being stolen? Correct. We need the peppercorns of power, which were stolen from by the evil clown lord Beelzebobo. Oh no, clown lords. I sense your trepidation in your voice, and it is not misplaced. But I have faith in your abilities. In any case, we have no alternative. If the legendary epic weapon is to be reassembled and the stolen artifact recovered from your nemesis. He borrows your map and makes a note on it. Here is the location of the Fiend's Land, an ancient monolith in the nearby plains, known only as the Fun House. Be cautious, Hadriex, but remember the time is of the essence. Alright, we got a Pastamancer. Huh? What? So you've returned with Farnsworth Key. Well done. Perhaps there's hope for you after all. Here's some meat for your trouble. Now run around while I assemble a research team to investigate the tower. What tower? Don't tell me he took my key. Ah! That was my key! I didn't want to give up my key. I don't even know what it's a key to. Didn't even ask me. Game just took it from me. That wave of sauce. I'm actually close to being level 12. Make sauce potions last longer. Weak sauce. Weakens your opponent over time. Kind of like the marinara too much. Crap. I keep accidentally, every time I mess with my bags, I'm thrown all the way out. Oh, hey. Ah, good, it's you again. It turns out that all our other guild members are too busy with their own research to investigate the ruins of Farnsworth Tower. Oh, good. So against my better judgment, I'm giving the responsibility to you. He returns the key you found earlier and makes a note on your map. Here's a location of Farnsworthy's Tower, or what's left of it. We're quite certain that Farnsworthy's research notes must be somewhere in the remains of the tower. Bring them back to me. Alright. Too many quests are open. Ugh. I want to go in there. Nope, let's go back. Alright, so we finished the Unquiet Graves and the Unknown Tomb. Let's go over here. You browse the tombstones. The spellings on them seem normal. They must predate whatever happened here that messed things up. Here lies Riley Heath, incisive foundry worker in ambivalent memory. Here lies Ned Heath, artificial copy editor and unimaginative ice sculpture. Died of a combination of myoclonus and hepatitis C. Here lies Julius Bailey. Sure you don't mean Justin Bailey? This one has dates. Accidentally one-shotted by a cardiologist. I wonder if these names are submitted by people who donate money or something. These don't take up quests, but they don't seem to be of any particular value to me. Executed for public intoxication? That gets the death penalty? Oh shit, we better change our costumes quick. Alright, to the crypt it is. Ooh, I think I can go back to, Yep, okay, it logs me out automatically when I logged in on the other one, so I just need to, And then I can do this. Ah, much better. Actually, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference to me one way or the other, but I know other people like it a lot. Alright, let's see. I don't even remember him asking me to bring him a key. Talk to him again. Talk to who again? Or did I already do that? Anyway, let's just do this. Let's start with the defiled nook. Nooks are usually good. Oh! You find 3 smaller nooks in the wall, each containing a skull. Never one to pass up an opportunity to disturb some remains. You prepare to hop into action. Well, the third one. A rusty bone saw. Spiny skeleton, covered in thick bony spikes. Yeah, but I'm a spellcaster, so I'm not afraid of no spikes. Now, if I were somebody who fought with my bare hands, or had to bite my enemies to death, well, then it'd be different. Toothy skeleton. There's a lot more teeth than most other skeletons. You prefer light vision? We can switch into that later. We're gonna go through this place like this, though. It's a dark tomb. Just toothy and spiky skeletons, come on. Getting lots of succulent marrow for some reason. Wait, are we gonna eat the marrow out of human bones? That's definitely cannibalism. Now, a wooden box full of meat. You sure it's not human meat? I wouldn't take that. What? Oh, fuck! No, wait! No! Crap. Oh, there we go. Hey, watch it! Whoa, you can talk? Hell yeah, I can talk. And boy, can it. You spend the next 15 minutes listening to the filthiest jokes you've ever heard. You managed to memorize a couple of them for later use. Alright, let's try the defiled niche. Ah, crap. There we go. Alright. Nope. Plus-sized phylactery. Uh-oh, there's a lich somewhere. As you reach the yard and look inside it, you accidentally knock it out of its niche. Smooth move, Xlax. Hits the ground and shatters in a cloud of ash and pottery shards, revealing something hidden inside. Right. This one did it by accident. while trying to make some breakfast. Dirty old lich. Before he entered this terrible state of semi-undeath, he's the kind of guy that Jethro Tull used to sing about. Oh, I see. My evilometer. Right, I'm supposed to get rid of the evil here, too. I have so many different quests in this place. Ah. We contemplate. Let's see. Turns out that these are the remains of Old Man McMurphy. You should have turned the urn. Now you take the lid off, look at a tiny black on the underside. Ah. You contemplate your mistake for a while, and you contemplated that, you contemplate all sorts of other things as well. Wasn't that just great? Unfortunately, Unfortunately, each of these is only worth 1 point off the evilometer, which means that I'll need to spend 200 adventures in this place to fully purify it. Not very good. Particularly since I keep getting those. Let's try one of the other ones. A gaunt ghoul. Deep in the defiled cranny, well, as deep as one can get in a cranny, really, you come across a wall covered with some stone plates. They used to cover up those drawers they put coffins in. What do they call those things? You don't know. What you do know is that a couple of them appear to have been tampered with, and the covers are askew and crumbled into rubble on the ground, respectively. Of the two that are closed, one of them is silent, and the other of them seems to have something rattling around inside it. Oh, but the rattling one, obviously. 15 baby ghouls feasting on the unfortunate throat. They look at you in unison, squeak with malice, and leap at your throat. Dig through the rubble. Ghoul be gone. Extra strength ghoul repellent. You crawl into the drawer. It's empty, but it's so dark and quiet, you decide to take advantage of the opportunity to take a little nap. That is the worst thing it's just the worst idea. Susie, the arena mistress. Remember me? Nope. The arena mistress? Nope. Vaguely. Wait, maybe I remember you a little bit. You know, a game like this is like a pet. It needs love and attention, and it always needs food. Like, you can't stop feeding it just because you did that once a long time ago. Please consider giving us money so that we can continue to eat and thrive, and love you as much as you love it. Games are like pets. I need to dig up my old NES games and shove $20 bills in them so that they can continue to survive. This seems to be the best way to purify thus far. It is kicking its butt. Dirty old liches cleanse 3 evil, okay. There's always a number of beeps. Ah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. I've been actually glancing over here each time. Over here it just says slightly less evil, and that's what I was catching there. A huge ghoul. Evilometer beeps once, very loudly. I should have been paying attention over here. Oh! Oh! Oh. I see. Gaining good stat points, if nothing else. Which I don't mind one bit. Okay. A bone flute. More loose teeth. More bones. Use the saw to remove some bones from your opponent, dealing 16 damage. In addition to this, you bend the saw, rendering it useless. Stupid saw. So many things I've never tried. I'm tempted to just fling at them. Oh well. Sauce is still the best. Sister Eyeball, somehow managing to emit a black glow. It makes your Zeppelin posters look pretty sweet. Quest item. A scroll of drastic healing. Always nice. Giant skeleton. Whoa, it just went from 102 to 77. Wow, that was amazing. Alright, you. I have a giant phylactery. Oh. Plus 1 spooky damage. See, I got this plus 11 spooky damage, but I'm not a musician. I'm looking for him. Where is it? There it is. Five? Throw it on the ground, stop it flat. Take that, eye. That had no effect at all, of any kind. Didn't seem to do anything. A gargantulich. Okay. There you go. 23. Boom. Okay, well, let's just use the defiled one. Corpulent zombie has eaten too many brains. Modern zombie. Oh, great. They're going to run fast. As you're darting from place to place in the alcove, like some grave-robbing cheetah, you encounter something moving even faster than you. It's a zombie, but not your grandfather's zombie. George Romero is your grandfather, right? That's one of these newfangled, super fast zombies, and man, does it have a mean look on its face. Ooh, that's worth 5. Stupid modern zombies. Grave robber zombie. This was a grave robber who was killed by a zombie while he was stealing stuff from a grave. Then he became a zombie himself. He's really angry because he keeps trying to steal stuff from his own grave. which is obviously empty. There's always fat zombies. Oh, what's this? You come to a corner of the defiled alcove, with 3 coffins have been carelessly pushed against a wall. One is an ornate, jewel-encrusted mahogany affair. The second is a simple, cheap-looking pine box. And third is just a garden variety coffin, which is to say it's like a garden that has just been watered, which is to say it's wet. Each of the coffins has already been broken into, so you figure there's no harm in checking the contents. Fancy coffee is empty. Not even a pillow inside. The thought just fills you with rage, and you pound the coffin into powder with your bare hands. What a waste of gold and mahogany. Oh well. Maybe mahogany isn't particularly valuable in this world. That's enough corpulent zombies. The pine one. Money! A notorious thief who steals from the graves of the rich and puts his loot in the graves of the poor. Wasn't that interesting? Some zombie has been using it as a refrigerator and it's full of brains. You know something zombie doesn't, though. Which is that coffins and refrigerators aren't the same thing at all. Still, a half-rotten brain might come in handy for something. For what? I can't think of a single scenario in which I'd want a half-rotted brain over a regular, not-rotted one. Oh, dear. Uh-oh. Something terrible came out. The heart of the crypt. Is this where all the misspellings come from? In the middle of the crypt, there's a mass of swirling blackness. A portal, you surmise, to the source of the crypt's defilement. Ready to step through it and finish what you started? Yeah. Oh, a boner dragon. Okay. You enter the heart of the crypt. You hear a squeaking roar followed by a roaring squeak. A huge creature rises from a pile of bones, flaps its wings, and advances towards you. Ah, you came straight from Heroes of Might and Magic 2, did ya? You didn't hit very hard, did ya? He's preparing that skill. The dragon suddenly starts furiously beating its wings. You're knocked over by the gust it creates and lose track of what you're doing. He tries to chop you with his white fangs, but you dodge. Holy crap, I can't seem to hit you. Bonk. Oh dear. He snags a wing on the ceiling of the crypt, breaks it off, and crashes to the ground. Takes a while for his head to figure out which of the scattered bones on the floor are his. Yep. I am going to have to bang its spinal cord until it snaps, huh? Well, I can still heal at least. And I'm pretty resilient. Oh, there we go. Skull of the dragon. Chest. Huh. But you mean like literally its torso, though, not like a chest full of stuff. The very unquiet graves. Oops. I don't want you. Go away. So this is where all the enemies I was encountering before have all been mixed up in case I ever need to fight them again, right? Yep, that seems to be what it is. Okie-doke. I have a dragon skull. And a dragon chest. I don't know why. What am I supposed to do with them? Well, we have a bunch of other places to go still. So much to do, so much to see. You know, I'm going to use recent items. I'm going to be like, hey. Meat pasting component? A skull? Usable quest item. Well, it says a quest item. Do I really want to smash it open? Let's smash it open and see what's inside. Oh! You pry open the ribs, thus opening the chest. A strange mist pours forth within it, and it goes into your nostrils. It smells bad, but makes you feel pretty good. Scrape quite a bit of meat off the inside of the ribs. And the skull I can equip. It's an offhand item, not a helmet. Huh. That strange leaflet is a Hadriex rabbit hole. Aww. But this... Trash. Literally, like, there's just so many things I could go to. I'm gonna go to the tower. As you approach the doors of Farnsworthy's tower, or what's left of it anyway, you fit the heavy iron key in the lock. After a moment's struggle against the rust, you manage to turn the key in the lock, and the door opens with the expected creak noise, followed by a somewhat less expected snap noise as the key breaks off in the lock. You peer cautiously into the ruined structure and, unsurprisingly, find it to be crawling with monsters. They must have been breeding here in the years since the tower was destroyed. What do they eat? The entire chamber is now open to the sky. Why did I need a key? I could have just climbed over. But the tower must have toppled to the side as it fell, as there's a comparatively little wreckage in here. The majority of it seems to be concentrated on the far side of the open room. If you're going to examine it further, it looks like you're going to have to fight your way there. There's probably a trap door that leads into a basement. A yeast beast. An abomination made of magically animated yeast. Oh, great. These beasts will rise and revolt. Or be just baked into balls of dough, apparently. Chowder golem. Made of clam chowder. Weird taco. This is a weird taco, an ordinary moon who, when the moon is full, turns into a half-man, half-taco monstrosity. Instantly, for you detail-oriented people out there, the Weird Taco's lycanthropy cycle is not tied to Ronald or Grimace, but to some completely unrelated moon in some completely unrelated alternate dimension. That is why you never see them turn into a human. Seriously. I stole his taco cell. A bread golem. This is a golem made out of a loaf of bread. You find him crusty and his wit stale. Having thought the previous sentence, you almost hope he manages to kick your ass. A lesser fruit golem. A golem that Farnsworthy apparently made out of a couple handfuls of fruit. Wrath is in its eyes. It stalks towards you on legs made of celery. Not of celery, but of grapes. Brain sweeper. Disembodied brain used to control a set of brooms. Why? For science! Because maids are expensive, that's why. You clear away the rubble to reveal an archway that opens to a crumbling flight of stairs. The stairs end halfway up, and peering over the remains of the tower wall, you see the tumbled stone blocks, wreckage of what must have been the rest of the tower, fell when it crumbled. They look as though they've been thoroughly scavenged by human and monster alike. So if you're going to find anything here at all, it's going to be in the ruins below. What do you want me to do, game? What do you want me to do, game? You're not going to let me interact with the stairs to nowhere? Why'd you put them on my map? Weird. Oh, well. More adventure. I need to make sure that I remember to do my daily. Clear some more rubble, uncovering the... There's our trap door in the floor, which must lead to the tower's basement. There could be all kinds of horrible things hiding down there, though. You don't much feel like risking your neck for that jerk back at the guild. Ah, I'm going in the basement. Level 1. Man, this is freaky. This room is almost completely filled by 203-pound sleeping baby. Zombies ate my neighbors. It looks like you're going to have enough room to sneak past it and get to the stairs down, if you can manage to not wake it up. You successfully navigate the space between the wall and the mounds of rippling baby flesh without making a sound. You proceed down the next floor. You walk into the next room and see it set up as some kind of gourmet ice cream store. There's a counter with steaming hot slabs of rock with a demon upon which a demon is mixing giant scoops of ice cream, which don't seem to be melting. It must be magic ice cream, or perhaps it's mixed with phlebotomium and unobtainium to keep it solid. He spots you and addresses you. Somebody's been reading their TV tropes wiki. Hello and welcome to the Brimstone... Oh, it's Cold Stone Creamery. We specialize in flavors of ice cream that no one in their right mind would ever want to eat. Would you care to try flaming sulfur cone or bat guano mix-ins? No, thank you. But he blocks your way and waves an ice cream scoop threateningly. I'm sorry, but if you want to continue, I must insist you try it. You're the first customer we've had in weeks. You hold your nose, think of ice cubes, and bite into the ice cream. Your tongue retreats into the back of your throat, and your sinuses fill up with pain. Stench and hot. You manage to choke down the rest of the cone without choking or upchucking, and the demon lets you pass. You decline to put any meat in his tip jar, though. That'll show him. Farnsworthy basement level 3. You open the door to the next level of the basement, wondering what freakish, freaky, or generally unpleasant challenge you'll have to face this time. Your ears are assaulted with some modern kind of dance music the kids are listening to these days, and a combination of backlights and colored spotlights push your brain to the edge of a seizure. Horror of horrors. It looks like you've wandered into a singles bar. You try to make your way across a sweaty, desperate horde to get to the exit, but you're stopped by a drunk guy holding a margarita. The guy reeks of cigarettes, cheap cologne, and desperation, and the margarita doesn't look much better. Hey, babe. And after a few seconds, you realize he's addressing you. Want to try my special margarita? I'll have the bartender make it with dry ice, so it's the coldest drink you'll ever taste. Since you're the hottest person in here tonight, maybe you'll cancel out. You try to move on, but he blocks the way. Look, just taste it. Tell you what, sweet cheeks, drink it, and if I haven't convinced you to come home with me by the time you finish it, I'll lead you out here and leave you alone once we hit the exit. What do you say? Well, I haven't drank anything today, so I can probably handle a hit of something, I guess. It didn't make me drunker. That's weird. What is this, non-alcoholic booze? You methodically slurp the margarita, trying not to do anything with the straw that would invite double entendres. As your brain starts to freeze, you frantically fend off cheesy pickup lines. No, your father wasn't an astronaut. Yes, you know your shoes are nice, but no thank you. No, you don't live around here and you don't come here often. No, you don't clean your pants with Windex. Whatever. You finish off the drink and use your tongue to break off the icicles forming on the roof of your mouth. The sleazy drunk guy is, surprisingly, true to his word. He grabs your arm and elbows his way through the crowd to the exit. How many more things are we going to eat that poison or kill us? You enter the room and see nothing but a very, 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 very large statue sitting exactly where the stairs should be. Gosh, what a fiendishly difficult and original puzzle. You think, as you think the exact opposite. Push the statue around. You want to push the statue around, and so you do. You want to push it down, so you do. And then you take it for granted and go down the stairs. At the center of a room sits a tiny table with a glass of water and 2 pills on it. Remember how your mother always told you not to take pills you find lying around in strange basements? No? You don't remember that? Good. You know, nobody ever says that about the Matrix, but that's something I've thought for years. Would you take? It used to be like, would you take the red pill or the blue pill? People would ask. I would scrutinize the person offering me unsolicited drugs and then not take either. Nobody ever expects that answer. It's like they can't think outside the box. So I mean, if I take this one, I'm going to find myself fighting crazy thingies that any person can just turn into agents. And if I take this one, I'll fall back asleep and not remember anything. We'll go with the adventure. You take the red pill and touch a conveniently placed mirror. The mirror turns into goo, which covers your entire body. Then you spend the next few minutes scrubbing all the mirror goo off your body. It's quite the workout. This room, and the space outside it, is guarded by an intersection of a 4-dimensional horror with a humble 3 dimensions. It's either looking towards you or through you. You're not sure which. Alright. A swirling amorphous blob is actually an intersection of higher dimensional life form within our 3-dimensional space. It's pretty horrifying from its point of view. You're probably not real pretty either. I mean, it can see inside your guts. Ew. We're at level 7. Oh my gosh, it's just random. It's just going to throw the same events at me, isn't it? Ooh, wow, it's starting to hurt. The look of this floor is covered with approximately 320 shards of dark magic. Looks like you'll have to gather them together with a binding spell, or bind them all together with a gathering spell. If you want to get through the room. A pun, of course. Well, at least it gives us a chance to heal. So, I was supposed to find his research notes. Oh, here it is. Floor 10. Enter this room and see 2 jackets hanging on pegs on either side of the stairs down. One of them appears to be a fine silk smoking jacket, and the other looks like some kind of spiky leather biker's jacket. We'll go with the silk one. I mean, you know, we're a wizard. No, okay. The silk smoking jacket, and feel it tingling on your torso. Okay. The next room is blocked by a giant floating mass of ears. This must be the dreaded beast with 60 ears you've heard so much about. I've never heard any such thing, but okay. Walls have ears, I guess. Ooh, what's this? Immediately sense beer. As you finish entering it, you gasp and realize that the beer you sense is in the form of 99 bottles of beer on a golem. Take 99 down. Golem appears to be made out of a wall with rows and rows of shelves on it. On the shelves sit 99 bottles of beer. It lunges towards you, bent on taking you down and passing you around. A golem sees you prepare to cast a spell, removes one of the bottles from its body, and shakes it up, and hoses you down with beer before you can finish gasting. The golem shakes up one of the bottles and tries to spray you with it, but you duck away, and the beer slides off you like beer off a guy who's ducked back. Oh, yeah, that was here, huh? Paddle, 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 paddle. Okay. Between you and the stairway to the next level is a wall of voodoo. A wall of very, 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 very powerful voodoo. Though the wall is made of powerful voodoo, your mysticality is just that powerful, and you easily dispel it. A one-stone golem. There we go. If I'm allowed to blast it, then with magic, then I got this. You see two men standing in front of you, behind a pair of card tables. One guy has his table piled high with mint-in-box action figures. The other guy's table is piled high with baseball cards. Hey, can you help me? As you can see, burning lava is starting to seep through the grates in this room. I need someone to help me carry my action figures to safety before the lava turns them into soup. No, no, help me save my collection of mint-in-package baseball cards. Well, obviously we have to save the action figures. I mean, you can't let them go. Thanks, man. You've proven you're a true dork. As such, I can impart on you some arcane bits of dork knowledge. This one has less bottles of beer in it. Not good. You find 154 typewriters. Number pictured may vary. Piled in front of the stairs to the next level. You have a room occupied solely by a carnival barker standing next to a strength testing machine. Hey there, Pally! To pass this challenge, what you've got to do is step right up and hit this ball with this 59-pound mallet. Hit the ball, ring the bell, and win a Cupid doll for the little lady. Or, you know, no Cupid doll, but I'll let you pass. Okay. Ringing the bell is just like playing a guitar. Into this level and find what appears to be filled with magically animated filthy mops. Are they going to carry around buckets of water? There appears to be about 63 of them. Some filthy moppet must have borrowed his master's hat and set them to work making the floor dirtier. Looks like you'll have to magically deanimate them if you want to get through. Well, that's not a problem for me. In the center of this room sits a tiny table with a glass of water and 2 pills on. Oh, this again. You enter the room and yep, Peace, brah. Hey, look! We match! Your skin begins to crawl. I'm totally in the right disguise. Before you enter the next level of the basement, once you open the door, you can see why. You've wandered into a keg party drum circle for the Pi Eta Tau Alpha, the hippie fraternity. What? These bizarre hybrids have finally put aside their differences, realizing what hippies and frat boys have in common: a love for herbal brownies and smoke inhalation, a correspondingly shallow appreciation for reggae music, and a respect for the importance of brotherhood. You watch them circulate, paddling each other with cruelty-free organic paddles, doing beer bongs and regular bongs, all without mussing their emo dreads or standing their hemp polo shirts. Your stomach churns, especially when you see you're going to have to cross the whole room without getting paddled and without your nose falling off. Holy crap, that did a crap ton of damage. You reel from the indignity of the spell as you stagger. You feel a solid smack to your hindquarters, accompanied by a whiff of whatever goes on under the arms of someone who's been swinging a paddle for several hours. Everything goes kind of black after that, which is almost an improvement. I think that's my limit. Well, I didn't find anything. I'm assuming that's some kind of infinite dungeon. Well, let's take a moment and, this is a food item. Delicious looking bone marrow. No, it's super gross. Oh, PETA. Right, the people for eating tasty animals, of course. Okay. Well, let's see. This is good. What else do we have for options? Level 500? Holy crap, that's a long ways off. Oh, here we go. I can eat these finally. I'm high enough level. Yay! Okay, well, that's some adventures at least. Let's see. What do we want to eat? We're gonna go with the insanely spicy burritos. Yeah. Oh, too full. Okay, that's the limit on those. Serving size 4. I keep thinking of just eating the sheet cake that's just like it's size 15. I keep thinking about it. Oh crap. Yeah, it got me again, didn't it? Eh, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna click on things until yeah, okay, let's see. Now the bows. I don't want to go too much in case something hits me randomly. We'll go with some roll in the haze, I guess. Okay. Been gathering a whole lot of them today. All right, excellent. And finally... 37 strength somehow. How's this different from succulent marrow? Why is it in a different category? Diet pill. And prepare to eat less? How does that help? I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, we'll come back to this after we've finished more adventures. We've got ourselves 94. Alright, let me see. Back to Farnsworth. Yeah, sure, tell me about the diet pill. Oh, hey, dusty old book. Ah, quest item. This appears to be some kind of training manual of some sort. You might get by gambling a stamp on an ad in the back of a comic book. No time to use it now, though. They'll be waiting for you at the guild. Alright, that must be what we were after. Okay, great. Hey, everybody! No? Ah. I see you've acquired a copy of the manual transmission. Is that all you managed to find at the tower? I must say, I'm not surprised. Run along now. I'll let you know if I need anything else. What's this? Usable once per day. Seems to be some kind of guide to increasing magical power. Though for some reason it always spells it magic with a K. Lots of words like gnosis and sigil and tryptamine are involved. It's kind of new agey, but there might be some useful information in here. Neat. Every day. Just 20 points. Cool. Oh, interesting. So tomorrow, the first thing I eat should be the sheet cake, then? Double the biggest thing possible? Let's see. What do we want to do with our other 92? All this garbage is bothering me. Let's clean up the place. Let's start with, without a doubt, the largest pair of cans you've ever seen. You might not want to mess with the guy who can drink so much beer. Looks like they're dropped from a pretty great height. Giant block of moldy cheese. As you suspected, very moldy and very cheesy. Speaking of cheese, what is with children's fairy tales? Am I right? Kid plants an enchanted bean. It goes from a beanstalk. He climbs a beanstalk up to some sort of crazy castle in the sky with giants in it. Seriously? Come up with better material, people. You crawl inside the tube and investigate. It's like crawling into a regular toilet paper tube, only you can actually fit. It's a banana peel. It's pretty fresh. But you can't think of any use for it, unless you wanted to make a hilarious sports film about a giant. I think a giant fork makes you wonder what a giant fork is going for in the first place. As if the giant's just randomly dropping garbage out of the sky. There's no way this fish is local. You walk up to the tomato and consider for a moment. Can you imagine if somebody made a movie about a bunch of giants who lived in a castle in the sky and could only be reached via, I don't know, some kind of enchanted beanstalk or something? That'd be the worst movie ever. You stare at a pile of coffee grounds for a minute, and it occurs to you that maybe your grandma wasn't so crazy after all. You pull out an enchanted bean and plop it into the pile of grounds. All right, let's go. Oh, we're going to have to look at this in the daylight. Well, I said we might be switching over anyway. Let's switch over. Excellent. Ah, there we go. All right, let's try this again. Here we go. The penultimate fantasy airship. A hole in the sky. Well, it's almost a Final Fantasy airship, but not. The beginning of the end of the penultimate fantasy. Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy, all right. You step off the bean ship onto the airship, and you immediately confronted by one of the grunts in charge of keeping the propellers wound. Where do you think you're going? You spit out the first lame line that comes to mind. I just woke up on a tropical beach with amnesia, and I made my way here. Well, that sounds about right. You're probably going to be the protagonist of this story then, so you might as well know that we're looking for the four immateria, a quartet of insubstantial elements that will allow us to construct an airship to get to the castle of the clouds in the sky. So you're up here on an airship looking for parts to build an airship? Yep. There's something about dark spirits and some aliens and stuff and punching through planets and whatnot, but that's about the size of it. I guess I can keep an eye out for the immateria then, so we can get off this airship and onto an airship, you say, cocking your head at the guy. Still not sure if he's making fun of you. Sounds good! The grunt goes back to winding the propellers. You manage to make it halfway across the deck of the airship without randomly encountering an enemy. You decide to take advantage of the rare opportunity to investigate one of the below decks. Well, we should immediately check the cargo hold. You enter the cargo hold and are astonished to find it packed wall to wall, floor to ceiling with treasure chests. Man, these guys must be really obsessive about collecting treasure. Who isn't? It's like they're trying to get 100% of the treasure in the world or something. Anyway, you figure they won't miss one single measly treasure chest. Oh, you want to bet? Oh, you want to bet they won't miss one? If they're going for 100% completion, oh, they're going to get that back from me. You sneak down to the galley airship and find the entire crew sitting around the table eating dinner. You quickly jump behind some crates before you're seen. The scene that unfolds before you is difficult to describe. The members of the crew are talking, but it's not like a regular conversation. It's as if they're reading from a script. Nobody speaks until the person before them is completely done speaking, even when they're obviously supposed to be interrupting each other. I hate that. I hate that. Oh. No, it really does bother me. And the conversation's content, well, it runs the gamut from needlessly exposition about the mission they're on, to boring stories about the characters' pasts, with occasional detours into awkward flirting and ham-handed foreshadowing. The main problem with the conversation is the length. It goes on and on and on. And on. And on. Just as you're becoming convinced the conversation will go on forever, a bulky sidekick notices you, picks you up, and angrily throws you off the side of the airship. You dust yourself off and try to remember what you've learned from this experience. You have learned something, right? The conversation couldn't possibly just be a pointless and interminable waste of your time, could it? Could it? I'm gonna rest. And then we're going to go over here to my favorite healing spot. And we're like, ayo. Hey, I'm not done yet. We must continue. Okay, we're done. Oops. I never did do that before. Oh, hey, 5 beefiness. That's horrible. Okay, let's see. There was... Oh, right, skills. So many options these days. I want simmer. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to simmer. Simmer is good. Alright. Back to Final Fantasy. You're fighting the Magimech Tech Mecha Mech. It's a big robot that's powered by a sinister blend of magic and technology. Since sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, though, you're not sure in what proportion. Man, this place is kicking my butt. Oh, well, I got a metallic A. Oh, great. We went from Final Fantasy VI to collecting the Al-Bhed language. Great. Actually, the Al-Bhed language was kind of a cool gimmick. FF10 was actually a pretty good game. This is a girl who doesn't take any guff from anybody. Takes whatever she wants from whomever she encounters, and who inexplicably wields an umbrella as a weapon. She's cute, but unfortunately she's in love with the protagonist, so I guess you'll have to beat her senseless and take her stuff instead. That, and she probably just attacks me. Oh, hey, look, a titanium assault umbrella. One-handed, 13 to 26 damage. Resistance to all elements. Not even the penguin wields a titanium assault umbrella. This is an extremely sharp, extremely heavy umbrella, which is obviously designed to be used as a weapon. You could poke people with a tip, I guess, or make the umbrella open in their faces to freak them out. Well, I guess I've got this soul saw stuff now I could be using instead, I guess. I like simmer. Simmer is good. It is. The crew quarters. You're fighting a protagonist. Oh shit. He's gonna summon a giant dragon, rip me out of the ground and send me high into the sky so it can blast me and the ground I'm standing on so I fall back down. Or he could just summon a dozen knights. That'd be bad too. You climb the ladder down into the crew quarters and encounter a protagonist lying on a cot and brooding. Hey there, what you brooding about? He looks up, broods more intensely for a few seconds, then charges at you with his gigantic sword drawn. He holds out his sword and concentrates. Bright light swirls around him. He begins a 1.5-minute long light show. It's boring, but not particularly effective. So much for the protagonist. You pause on your epic journey across the airship to take a breather. Suddenly your eyes are flooded with otherworldly light. You look up to see the most beautiful creature you've ever seen floating in front of you. She's a spirit, that much is certain, but so immaterial that light passes through her. As you gain upon her beauty, you are overcome by the urge to sneeze. Tissue paper immateria gained. Small sphere of purified essence of tissue paper. It's very light. That's one of our 4 elements, huh? Okay. You fight an irritating series of random encounters. You're on a walk from the front to the back of the airship, but you're unable to do so without being attacked by a series of 10 to 20 identical, nondescript enemies. Man, that's irritating. Oh, this game's one to talk. This game's one to talk about this. I mean, do you want to give us money to keep the game alive and free for all? You acquired a tiny house. Oh, good. Restores 20 to 24 HP and MP and removes all negative effects. You fight a quiet healer. This is a quiet girl who's probably the last survivor of some ancient race. A lot of very specific to FF7 references. And extremely quiet, extremely magical people. After being improbably rescued from either the government or some evil empire by the protagonist. An evil government would be... An evil empire is a form of government. This makes my head hurt. Come on now. That would be like saying we rescued her from a gas station or some kind of store. A gas station is some kind of store. The last of her race rescued from an evil government or empire? I don't know. I actually didn't play through 8. It's one of the few games that I started and didn't get through. Like until I started doing first impression videos, I almost never started a game without finishing it. And that was one of the very few times where I don't even know why. I just didn't finish the game. 9 I've never even touched. I've beaten 1 through 7. I've beaten 10 and 10 too, which isn't nearly as good as 10, but anyway, I played through it twice, got the good ending, and just... I'll rant about that game some other day. But I have not played all the way through 8. I was just somewhere in the middle, not even super far, and I've not played 9 even slightly. It looked like it was good, but I wanted to beat 8 first. And then I didn't. I actually, well, I can't say I played them all in order, but sort of played them in order, mostly. Anyway, she quietly stands by his side, quietly casting healing spells on him. He's not here to protect her now, though. Alright. I haven't gallivanted down to the head yet. You feel the stirrings of nature's call and head below decks to look for the restroom. Halfway there, you realize the restroom in this thing must just dump directly onto the nearby plains and decide you'll just wait around. that you'll just wait around until you get back down to the ground. Why bother with a restroom? You can just go off the side. On your way back, you notice a tiny glass display case with a miniature model airship on it. Not wanting to waste the opportunity to steal a sweet model airship, you steal a sweet model airship. It's a 1/48,000th scale model of the penultimate fantasy airship. There are even little carvings of adventurers, detailed enough that you can see the annoyance on their faces directed at the little carvings of random encounters. Quest item. Cannot be traded or discarded. Another protagonist? Probably rezzed. You're in the heat of battle aboard the airship when your enemies inexplicably vanish in a flash of brilliant reflective light. When your eyes clear, you see the shiniest spirit you've ever squinted at. At which you have ever squinted. Greetings, adventurer. The spirit says, waving its arms, which blinds you all over again. I've come to give you something that'll help you on your quest. The spirit places an object at your feet, and you realize you've been looking at the dull side of the spirit. When it turns to leave, you're hit with a full blast of its shiny side and black out, or white out. When you come to, you examine the object the spirit left you. Tin foil immateria. 2 out of 4. We'll just smack the protagonist a few more times. And other things. Boo, spunky princess. Quiet healer. Come on, where's the mages? Where's the all the other classes? Oh, wow. Photo, proton, neutron, torpedo. Oversized Pizza Hutter, glowing red eye, and another metallic A. This is one of those magical technological weapons used by the Magimech Mechamechs. It looks awfully dangerous and dangerously awful. And it does terrible damage, so I don't care. I should be healing more. Somehow the adventurers are the least dangerous things on this place. Phonics down. A handful of soft feathers from the legendary Phonics. With the advent of instant messaging, the great bird is said to have spontaneously combusted. Legends tell us that the Phonics will one day be reborn, and that the rivers will run red with the blood of those who cannot spell. Restores a bunch of HP and MP and does other weird stuff. Sells for 115 meat. Pizza cutters? It's gonna be a weapon, right? Amulet of extreme plot significance. Huh. It's just an accessory I could put on. 30 MP. What are you doing wearing Luca's amulet? You're not the spunky princess. This little trinket was probably really important to the plot of one story or another. You know, like it turned out to be the key to some generator room in which a final conflict takes place, or maybe it contains the spirit of a dead race, or extremely wise and powerful magician people, or something. You could probably pawn this for a whole bunch of meat. No, I can't. It sells for nothing, like 20. Pfft. Garbage. Garbo. Hold on. I have to go over to my idle games for a second. I have to interact with them for just a moment. Okay. Looking good. There we go. Okay. Moving right along. Burly sidekick. There we go. Barrett, how you doing? What's a big beefy guy with a machine gun for an arm doing, hanging out with a bunch of big-headed anime losers? I don't have much time to ponder the question, however, as he charges this way with a menacing, I pity the foo. Yep, everyone knows Barrett secretly is Mr. T, or played by Mr. T. We should have had a Final Fantasy VII movie. That we could have totally done that. Oh. But the Final Fantasy VII movie that we did get, it was alright. But it was animated. We could have had it. This is one of the few times when we had a perfect live-action actor for a role. Literally perfect. Oh, the most absorbent spirit ever. After a fierce, yet annoyingly repetitive battle aboard the airship, you collapse on the deck. Your wounds are too great. You simply cannot continue your quest. As you fade out of consciousness, a blurry figure in front of you. Rest, adventurer. It looks like some sort of spirit, because it sounds spirit-like. The spirit presses itself close to your body and absorbs whatever is leaking out of your wounds. It's at once comforting and vaguely disgusting, but you're too worn out to protest. Oh, the Spirits Within? No, the Spirits Within was not Final Fantasy VII. The Spirits Within was not Final Fantasy at all. Good grief. There's an anime that's way off mark, but, an old one. But even that was closer than the Spirits Within. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't a Final Fantasy movie. I think Advent Children was the name of the FF7 one. It was okay. It gave us many of the things we wanted. I still don't know why Cloud Strife got a crazy, super weird new weapon. What happened to his Buster Sword? He has one of the most iconic weapons in all of their series, and he goes and wields something weird instead. But it wasn't bad. You're fighting your 134th battle on your way from one end of the ship to the next, when the air in front of you ripples and freezes. Your enemy tries to attack you, but it bounces off an unseen obstacle. You wave your weapon in front of you and encounter some sort of invisible field protecting you. Or protecting your enemy, you're not sure which. You get your answer when the enemy is attacked and dragged backwards by some unseen force. Or at least a very similar unseen force. He flies over the side of the airship and vanishes. You hear a crinkling, rustling sound rush past your ear. It sounds almost like, "Take this, adventurer. It shall prove useful on your quest." Then the boundary is gone, and all things return to normal. Plastic wrap. You finally fight your way across the airship to El Cid. There's always a Cid. A small spectacle man in grease-stained green overalls. "Hey there, protagonist. I see you's got yourself the full materia. Now I can fix your boats for yous." Apparently he thinks you're the spiky-haired loser you beat the stuffing out of repeatedly while crossing the airship. Never works. You hand over the spirits, and he disappears in his workshop. Several hours and a couple explosions later, he emerges covered in soot and towing a brand-new suborbital conveyance for the kingdom. Flyman. Superfly. This thing should let you fly over to the castle in the distance. Suborbital conveyance of the kingdom, which is a fancy-smancy way of saying it's a small boat for traveling in the lower atmosphere, which is a fancy way of saying it moves through the sky. And it's made out of plastic wrap and napkins. Is it gonna be filled with Lupin references? You think? You think maybe? It was one of his better movies. Okay. It is recommended that you be higher level than you are right now. Probably fine. A fitness giant. This giant with bulging biceps, triceps, lats, quads, glutes. Every part of the giant you can see is all bulgy and veiny. His impressive physique would make him a hit with the ladies, if he ever did anything but hang out in the gym and pound protein shakes. He squints at you disdainfully, barely able to move his bulging neck to get you in his field of vision. Bro, do you even lift? Oh, don't threaten me. I've got a paddle. Okay, we're at full health now. I can still one-shot them. They may or may not be able to one-shot me back, but I'm pretty powerful. Peck oil. Potion. Oh, it gives me resistance to everything. I didn't know oiling my pecs could make me resistant to everything. And another one. Alphabet Giant. This is a giant who hurls gigantic letters instead of stones. Unless the letters spelled out the word stones, of course. In which case, he'd be hurling both letters and stones. Okay. Yep. A heavy D and an original G. Well, they're all meat pasting components. Still weird to me, but okay, fine, whatever. I suppose, I bet I take the letters and I spell some word out with them. I bet that's what it's for. This giant believes the world's computing systems would be much better if they were freed from the tyranny of standardized user interface. Stable computing environments, universal compatibility, and user-friendly error messages. His drive to democratize everything means that anyone can run his software for free if they're willing to wade through forums full of contemptuous bile and incomprehensible advice when something inevitably goes wrong. Or to put it another way, he runs more undocumented drivers than a border town cab service. And so much for him. I'm not entirely sure what I'm adventuring on this floor for. Oh yeah, I want to make them stop throwing trash at us. Furry Giant. You approach a giant anthropomorphic wolf. You scream in terror until it comes closer, until you realize it's a giant dressed in an elaborate wolf costume, complete with a Velcro flap over its... Oh, good God. You scream louder. In fury this time. Furry fury. Okay. Furry fur? What, can I trade that? Can I go down and get down to the trapper who trades in furs and trade him furry fur? Is he gonna accept that? Oh well. Doesn't seem to be. Oh, here we go. The smell of sweat, musk, and testosterone, but mostly sweat, lets your nose know you found the fitness giant's workout room. Dumbbells are stacked on racks on the floor, and pictures of dumbbells flexing their muscles adorn the walls. Then there's a giant treadmill, a giant elliptical machine, and a giant blender for making giant protein smoothies. You can also see and smell a giant's bag on a bench in the corner. Man, nasty sweat socks get exponentially nasty as their size increases. Yo, how's it going? Why would I check the mirror? What would I find on it? Why don't I just rifle through the gym bag? A giant jar of protein powder. You know, you might think that that's as in a jar that a giant would use, but I'm pretty sure that's the standard size for protein powders. Squat thrust magazine. +3 muscle stats per fight for 20 adventures. Alright. Moving right along. You walk into a room and your nose crinkles at the overwhelming scent of musty upholstery. You look around to see giant posters on the walls featuring anthropomorphic animals striking curious poses. A closet full of fursuits with various flaps on them for various purposes you don't want to think too hard about. This must be the Furry Giant's room, and you're really glad you don't have an ultraviolet light on you. You figure you should get out of here before your skin crawls right off your body. Well, that would leave you very vulnerable to infection. Don't do that. That's a bad plan. Keep your skin on your body at all times. But there's a shelf of figurines that are about your size, and your morbid curiosity compels you to check them out. Wait, I'm the size of a mouse? Oh, crap. Crawl the figurine shelf and check out the furry giant's weird collection. You've never seen such an unsettling assemblage of thong underwear, spherical bosoms, and cat fur in your life. You're relieved to find that you don't find a single statue in the macabre collection even remotely attractive. Ow. No, we gotta find the computer guy's room. That's what we need. Ooh, ow. I just took a beating. This guy seems like the sort who'd throw things off the side of the castle. Oh my gosh. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There's still 2 other floors to explore. You crawl through the heating duct. Well, you actually walk in there because it's pretty huge. There's a gentle updraft of air on the 2nd floor. And if you were a leaf on the wind, you could get up there. And then probably get tragically and abruptly impaled. Anyway, you crawl across the duct into a different room. As you step on the deep shag carpeting of the neckbeard giant's room, you kick up a cloud of orange dust that makes you choke. Apparently giants have giant-sized Cheetos. The neckbeard giant must love them because everything here is coated in greasy orangeness. You can hear soft beeping and whirring from racks of gloriously open source computer equipment and the rattling of a dumbwaiter in the corner. I mean, like a little hand-powered elevator, not some kind of mentally challenged food server. Huh? Non-combat items equipped? Oh, we'll look in a second. This might get me up to the 2nd floor. You step on the dumbwaiter and yank on the rope, but the dumbwaiter's too heavy to pull by yourself. Or maybe you need to lay off the donuts. You're going to need to use something as a counterweight. The weights from the weight room. I can take this off. I don't need that anymore. This would really help me. Well, maybe it wouldn't as much anymore. I know I had another thing that gave me monsters go down. Oh crap, was it one of the things I sold? Oh. Well, I can put the lapel on for now at least. Okay, we need a weight. We need the weight from the weight room. Grab a dumbbell. Da-da-da-da. Okay, next time we'll be on the 2nd floor. Though I do want to see what all the other things do. Oh, really? Manual. What? It has nothing to do with owls. Well, what good is it? Open sauce. Okay. Oh, they're kicking me around again. They keep getting the drop on me. This place is tough. Might be the toughest place I've ever been. Okay. Leave through the basement window? I don't want to do that. Alright, let's check the mirror. The giant mirror, yep. That's you, alright. Feel that the mirror is somehow significant to the plot, but you can't find anything to activate it. Oh, really? What does that mean? What does that mean? Whoops. Oh. Alright, monsters will be less attracted to me. I won't be as attractive to monsters. Oh, what a pity. How will I ever stand? Okay, we are. Oh, wow, that's a pretty good amount of strength. You grab the smallest of the 3 weights and strain to lift it for a few minutes, to no effect. Then you hop on the treadmill, but you can't reach any of the buttons to start it. Finally, find a little spring-loaded thing you can use as a chest exerciser. So you work out for a few minutes, decidedly not thinking of what the giants use this machine for. Working out their thumbs? I don't know. I've never been much of one for them weightliftings, so I don't know how. I don't know much details. It might surprise you to discover that I'm not the kind who hangs around gymnasiums, unless it's to clean them. Then I know all about them. I can tell you all about flooring, all about how to do all kinds of things. Various types of synthetic flooring, wooden flooring, tile. Thanks, by the way. Crush another one. Oh, what's this? Finally managed to find some stairs? Oh, but... Wait, a new area unlocked? The ground floor? Leading to the ground floor? Wasn't I was in the basement? But I want to use the dumbwaiter. Why do you keep putting me here? No. I will use the dumbwaiter. You hook the giant dumbbell onto the dumbwaiter. You feel like a dumb adventurer as you ascend to a place you could already access. I don't care. I earned this. I earned this. You're fighting a possibility giant. You're confronted by an enemy who seems to change size and shape, constantly flickering as you stare at him. You're not sure what it is. He's definitely giant, though. No, wait, no, he isn't. Yes, he is. Let's just say he might be. Probability potion. Muscle and moxie, plus or minus some question marks. I don't want to add or subtract question marks. A Renaissance giant. Verily, the giant doth live in a medieval fantasy world with castles, knights, and swordplay. I mean, so does everybody else in the kingdom, but this giant's fantasy world is a little different. He wears a fedora and a kilt, swigs mountain stream soda out of a leather mug, and talks on a cellular phone while dueling with a sword. Okay, all these things are pretty much anyone in Kingdom of Loathing could do anyway. This guy's just really devoted to a fantastical version of medieval history that never existed and enjoys eating huge turkey legs while watching a liberal arts major juggle chainsaws. A foodie giant. This giant uses only locally sourced ingredients to make artisan gourmet food. Since she lives in a castle in the clouds with little natural flora ecosystem, she has to rely on what she can grow in her own little, to a giant, kitchen garden. Guy. Giant rice peeler. Yes, of course, to peel little grains of rice individually. Of course, because that's a thing. Like peeling a grape and slicing it into little slices and then putting toothpicks in them. This is an extremely lazy giant. He never does today what he could put off tomorrow. Too bad throwing down with you couldn't be put off till tomorrow. The foodie giant's room is decorated with all the kind of stuff you'd pay 16 times as much for at an import store as it would for you to actually... 60 times as much at an import store as it would have cost to actually visit the country of origin. The only furniture is a giant bed and a giant knife stand. You hear a muffled vibration audible from the top drawer of the nightstand. I don't have a key, though, do I? Oh. You managed to lever the top drawer open and find a big electric knife. A big electric knife. Physical damage for each round for the rest of the fight. This boning knife with an electric motor that makes it better at boning, I guess? Bone faster? Anyway, it's too big to wield as a weapon, and if you use it with both hands, you could probably flip the switch on it. There's no such thing as too big to be used as a weapon. That's just an excuse used by the weak. You step in a room that flickers and changes as you walk through it. One moment you're walking on a shag carpet, and the next it's linoleum, then it's strawberry jam. There's a bed elephant samovar in the corner, and there's a... Look, everything's flickering and changing around here, so descriptions aren't going to do us much good. Just describing it is giving me a headache. Rifle the wallet purse leprechaun. Read the magazine orangutan lamp. Plus 100% spell damage for 30 adventures. For the rest of the day, in other words. You wait past the orangutan shape, grab the thing that's sometimes a magazine, and read it before it turns into a lamp. The text keeps flickering and changing, but what you can read seems to be written by a wizard giant about how to perform giant magic. Yeah. That's what we want. Oh, ye old medieval insult. Well, an insult that would be cutting if it wasn't dulled by hundreds of years of irrelevance. Oh, well, it briefly stuns enemies, so that's good, I guess. And damages them to boot. Oh. I would have never guessed. No, I'm going to find my own way up. Don't give me that. No. There's a way. Somewhere. I just need to get into some of the rooms. Oh, what's this? Verily, the door doth belong to the Renaissance giant. It is festooned with banners that were awarded at fake jousts. There's a giant pyramid of picked clean turkey legs. And there are both wooden and leather mugs on the shelf. There's also an impressive array of duct tape and cardboard weaponry. And for some reason, a selection of foxtails to be clipped onto the back of a kilt with cargo pockets. Seek egress. No, exploreth the writing desk. Pewter. This is a massive pewter sword whose hilt is a wizard riding a dragon clutching a mystical healing orb. Alternatively, it's a letter opener for nerd giants. And it's got a minor enchantment for healing paper cuts. Meh. I'm gonna run out of adventures in a second. What was this? Chaos Butterfly is unpredictable is all it can say. Weapon damage plus 100%. You are applying fake sword fighting techniques to real sword fights. Yeah, a video playing is fake sword fighting instructional video, all about how to pretend you're trying to murder someone while really just clanging swords together as hard as possible. After watching for a while, you see how easy it would be to modify the pretend sword play into actual murderous sword fighting. Come on. Give me the other rooms. Aha! Walk into the room full of piles of giant dirty clothes, giant empty pizza boxes, and giant trash of every kind. You can barely see the floor, and you can barely make your way into the room. It's so full of detritus. I'm sure the procrastinating giant fully intends to get around to cleaning it one day, but right now it's pretty disgusting. Roll in the pile of junk. Trash wrapped. Damage reduction of 10. You're wrapped in garbage. But it's garbage so old that it's almost completely turned to dust. So there's probably no hamster pee left in it. What? Well, I mean, we can always do that. Sure, why not? Where is it? Chaos Butterfly. Release the Chaos Butterfly in the direction of your opponent. It flaps its wings and flies away, but reality is altered in unpredictable ways. Ah, that old stupid thing about a single butterfly waving its wings causing reality to shift. That was because somebody was trying to create a model to predict the weather, and it was so badly coded and designed that even the tiniest, most microscopic bit of wind, it would simulate out giant storms on the other side of the planet. In other words, the tiny amount of wind generated by a butterfly flapping its wings being able to dramatically alter the world. But yeah, it's total bullshit. I think you all already knew that it was total bullshit. It was just badly coded. Okay, well, we're pretty much out of everything for today. Yeah, there's another famous one with butterflies involving time travel. It was from somebody's short story. Somebody traveled back in time, stepped on a butterfly, came back, and I don't know, the world was run by Nazis or something. Who knows? Whatever it was, he comes back and the world is screwed because he stepped on a butterfly in ancient times. No, I don't believe that either. Nope. Oh no, we went to the past, we made a microscopic change, and everything's different now. Not likely. I don't think so. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do some, use up the last bit we can to just try to get a little bit more. I'll go ahead with another. Where's the roll in the haze gone? Okay, and I can go with a 3 still, so... Oops, wrong side. I need a 3. Preferably a 3 with a good next to it. Ah, it's a 4. Darn. That one's good, though. Alright, fine. We'll do it this one. Effect. Makes you feel more Canadian for 3 adventures. Doesn't say what it does. Just makes you feel more Canadian. Okay. Well, I've got 19 adventures now, so let's move on. Still a few things I haven't tried. Giant heirloom grape tomato. Huh. Life is all about perspective, you know. To you, this is an extremely large tomato. To a giant, it's a tomato that shouldn't be eaten because it fell into the toilet. How does that happen? How do you accidentally drop a tomato in a toilet? That doesn't make sense. What were you doing with tomatoes near a commode? Why? A giant ramekin. So a largest bowl. Okay, a largest bowl of a strange experimental sauce. The combination of flavors is so strange you can't imagine that you would put it on to eat. So you decide it's probably best used as a projectile. But it does prismatic damage. Okay. Well, then that's what we'll overdrink with. Well, we haven't looked under the bed. Cold Hots candy. Sugar Rush for 1 adventure. Good stats, but bad mysticality, which is my focus, so not good for me. Secret ninja candy making techniques cause these to change temperatures in your mouth rather than flavors. Even ninjas don't know why they thought this was a good idea. Now and earlier. Sugar Rush for 5 adventures. This is a piece of chewy taffy wrapped in garishly colored piece of wax paper, upon which is written the confusing slogan, "Have a now and earlier tomorrow, and today will taste sweet." Pain Dip. Hades bound heart for 1 adventure, plus 1% item drops from monsters, 0 stats per fight, and all my stats are minus 1%. You know those little packets of flavored sugar that come with a tongue depressor shaped like a curiously chalky pressed sugar? So you can just add spit to turn it into a tasty dipping treat? Well, this is little packets of ashes and dust from the depths of Hades, with a thorny wormwood stick with which to dip. You still supply the spit, though. Okay. I don't know, I'm starting to think that there isn't a way up here other than to just go up the stairs. Still, there's a couple of things we haven't tried. Who knows what we might find in them. Center Shock Bubblegum? I have never heard of it. All right. Well, let's try the top floor. Repetitive bass loops assault your ears as you step into the room. There's a disco ball as big as a house hanging from the ceiling, reflecting colored spots of light onto a fog coming out of a giant fog machine. The whole room smells like menthol rub and candy. There's a huge poster on the wall that shows 2 guys in robot helmets behind a DJ setup. There are all kinds of glow sticks and gewgaws around, but what really grabs your attention is a crate of enormous records. Who knows what mind-blowing giant beats reside therein? Check behind the giant poster. You see, the giant poster has one loose corner, and when you look behind it, it's a tunnel. You crawl through the tunnel into a decidedly less plur-centric room. The punk giant's room is a less bedroom and more hovel squat. The floor is covered with old newspapers and crumpled fanzines. The walls are all peeling paint and damp plaster. The punk giant's bed is a filthy mattress on the floor. Someone's gone through a lot of trouble to make this part of the giant's pretty nice castle look like an abandoned subway station. And the only furniture in the room is a dilapidated chest of drawers overflowing with faded, ratty t-shirts. And the only decoration on the wall is a poster of Rita Hayworth. You sneak past the punk giant and rifle through his drawers of greasy, tattered t-shirts. Turns out the top layer is gross t-shirts, though, and underneath the drawers are full of meat. This must be all the currency the punk giant hides away so he can pretend to be a poor gutter punk. Alright, you take a few steps yourself to help him keep it real. This giant is an antichrist and an anarchist and believes that those two words rhyme. For some reason, he wants to be your boyfriend. He wants to be your boyfriend, to be sedated, and to sniff some glue. But he mostly wants to listen to ne'er-do-wells with no musical talent bang 3 chords on a guitar and shout about how angry and hardcore they are. For some reason, that desire necessitates having a mohawk and a leather jacket and pins and buttons stuck all over it. He sips a double whiskey coke noise, then sneers at you above the metallics of his jacket and, approprious of nothing, sneers, "Recognize the giant, slut." Guy. Right then. They're fighting? Okay, it's all music. I was wondering, okay, it's all music. We're gonna make fun of them all. This giant dresses only 3 colors. Black, the color of his soul. White, the color of bone. And red, the color of sweet, sweet blood. Oh, and pink, the color of acne that comes from caking on the white makeup all the time. A raver giant. This giant is wearing huge baggy pajama pants and a large Scooby-Doo t-shirt, an enormous red and white striped hat. I knew a guy in my high school who always wore a giant cat-in-the-hat hat everywhere. I wonder whatever became of that guy. He waves 2 gigantic glow sticks at you while he chews on a positively ding-nag that pacifier. He seems peaceful, but his ungainly elephantite feet are dancing ever closer to you while repetitive electronic music goads him on. He manages to stomp on you, but he doesn't miss a beat. Angry farmer candy. Mix icy vapo hotness rub. So this, and we got this. A lot of things that give you temporary buffs in this place. Oh, hey, steampunk giant. That's not a genre of music. What are you doing here? A giant wearing a corset and a long flowing skirt, bedecked with gears and copper tubing. She's got a parasol in one hand and an elaborate ray gun contraption made out of wood, copper, and glowy bits in the other. She also has a top hat with goggles perched on top of them, and she's got a monocle tucked over one eye. She's clearly a girl genius. She looks like the shared fever dream of Charlotte Bront and Robert Heinlein. Are you referencing the comic Girl Genius or not? I can't quite tell from this sentence. Should have stuck more cogs on it. Alright then, well, problem solved. Seriously, nothing can withstand even one round with me. but they sure do hit me hard when they hit me. Ah, the steampunk giant's room has more copper tubing in it than you'd use to plumb a whole house, and more wood than a forest of horny lumberjacks. A Jacob's ladder zaps away in one corner, and most of the flat surfaces are covered with little steam-powered clockwork whirligigs, whose purpose are hard to divine, and which are probably solely ornamental. There's a little crack in the baseboards behind you, and though you can smell incense, and through it you can hear incense and hear muted sobbing. I don't know why I need the gear, but that's probably what I need. I don't know why I need it. Nope, it's a combat item and meat pasting component. It's a shiny brass gear, too thin and flimsy to be used for any actual mechanical purpose. Why does a machine that looks like these even exist? Pooh. We're about to run out of adventures. I was hoping that I had something that I needed. Oh, it's like a two-handed spear. Oh, it's for a giant record player. Okay. That was it. Okay. Hey, it is Girl Genius. That was a great webcomic. I actually haven't read it in a while. It kind of stagnated. Like, I don't know. I was waiting for it to build up and would come back and read it in batches as opposed to trying to read it every day because, like I said, it kind of stagnated in Heterodyne Castle. Oh, but I haven't gone back to it in ages. By which I mean years. Holy shit. When was the last time I read that one? When was the last time I thought about it? Leaflet? I don't know. Oh, new message. Oh, hey, Grimm's Fairy Tales. Cool. I'm super tired, though, and I have another stream to do in an hour. And I need to eat. Ugh. I'll probably have to get myself a whole bunch of caffeine between now and then. Let's try the leaflet, though. The leaflet. What is it? I don't even know where it is. Leaflet? It's not going to be under boozes. It's got to be under miscellaneous, right? I remember something about a leaflet. Oh, this thing. You read the leaflet, and things become less illustrated. You're standing atop an open field west of a White House. The White House? The house's front door is closed. You hear a gurgling stream to the south, and the path north leads into a dense forest. There's a small mailbox in front of the house. Oh, boy. It's one of these. Well, I can't get E-Flask. We'll check this out tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow, first thing. I am interested, but as I said, I actually am like, ugh. So I'm gonna go probably lay down for 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna try to eat something and drink a bunch of caffeine, and then I've got Caster of Magic. Yep, first thing tomorrow we'll do that. So let me see. We need to overdrink. What did you say was good for overdrinking? Generally, I just go for something that's a 4. Like a roll in the hay or something. And I can take, where are they? Oh, is this a new one? Nope, it's one I've seen before. Ye old mod. Okay, we'll do that. Oh, no, can't do another one of those. Oh, I've never used this. Oh, it's a potency 5. Yeah, this is new. I haven't seen this. A mostly empty giant bottle of mead, which is to say it's still more mead than anybody wants. Wow, 20. Apparently mead is the most powerful substance known to man. Cool. Alright. Strongness elixir? Nope. And that one's only a 1, so we're full up on everything. So, tomorrow. Until next time and every time, this is Hadriex signing off. Bye.